Alright Mike, I'm going to go over the training swing I wrote to you in your email. This way you can get a visual on what you need to do. I want you to go ahead and get set up in a 50-50 weight distribution to start. From there, bump your hips forward, feeling like your right hip is pushing towards your left so that you can get in that front anchor position. From there, I want you to turn your right hip back so your right glute's moving towards your left heel. This opens up the slot for you to get deeper in the backswing. You're going to initiate your takeaway in such a way that the butt of the club is going to be pointed at the ball and it feels more inside you. From there, you're going to go ahead and fold your right arm up to the top of the backswing. Then you're going to lean into your left side a little bit, loading ground force on that front leg. From here, you just let your arms drop back down till your hands are in front of your stomach. You turn your hips until the shaft is parallel to the target line. From this position, you're going to post up on your left leg and release the hinge angle. Post up, release that hinge angle. All you do from here is release your postural angles and turn all the way to the finish. That's your basic training swing. I want you to think of it like in the martial arts we do forms or katas. It's best to do each part of the sequence in slow motion so your subconscious mind can really learn what you need to do. So I'm going to do that again one more time in slow motion without talking about it so you can see what it looks like. Mike, now we want to look at this from the down the line view so you can get an idea of what it looks like, from the target view. Again, I'm going to get up set up 50-50 to begin with. Then I'm going to bump my hips forward. It puts me in that front anchor alignment. From here, I'm going to get the feeling that I'm going to turn my right glute back towards my left heel. That opens up the slot for me to take it inside and get the butt of the club pointed back towards the ball. In this position, I want to go ahead and fold my right arm up. All I have to do is just fold it up without lifting. Just fold it up. Once you're in that position, lean into the target a little bit. That's going to give you more ground force on your front foot. From here, just let your hands and arms drop back down until the club's pointed back at the ball and your hands are in front of your stomach. All I'm going to do from here is just turn my hips until the club gets parallel to the target line. Then I'm going to let the club unhinge and I'm going to post up on my front leg. Lastly, I'm going to release my postural angles and turn to the finish. Okay, let's do that one more time without talking through it so you can see what it looks like. Mike, I want you to notice a couple of things about doing this procedure. When you get set up 50-50 to begin with, and then you bump your hips forward, what that does is allows you to establish secondary tilt in a front anchor manner. Most people are told to get secondary tilt by bending rearward or tilting rearward, but I actually want you to just slide your hips forward. When you do that, that's going to give you the secondary tilt you need, but it's going to get you balanced into that front hip joint. The second thing it's going to do is it takes your hips from being parallel to the ground, and you slide them forward, it tilts them. So now the line across your hips is more even to the line across your shoulders. And you're going to find that you're going to have better postural angles when you do that. The next thing I want you to notice is that when we look at the down the line view, when you get set up, you bump your hips forward and you turn those hips first and that opens that slot. You'll notice I'm still in my postural angles here. When I fold the right arm up, I'm still in the postural angles. When you load that weight to your front foot, you want to feel like you're doing a mini squat, like your left glute's going down towards your left foot. As you do that, you're going to keep your postural angles. You can't maintain your postural angles if you do that little squat move. Then from there, all you're doing is dropping your hands in front and returning till that shaft is parallel to the ground. Notice I'm still in my postural angles at this point. So these are the things that you've been struggling with. How do you make that transitional move and maintain your postural angles? Well, if you can get up to the top and get the feeling that you have that little bit of that bump down into your left foot as you do it with your rear end, feeling like it's moving towards your foot and your sternum stays back, you're going to maintain your postural angles. And all you got to do is let your arms drop in front, then turn. This is the point where you start to come out of your postural angles, because as you unhinge your wrist, your left leg's going to post, and as you do that, you need to make room for extension, so your sternum actually has to move up and back. That's the point in time where it's okay to come out of your postural angles. I call it postural release. This is what Annika Sorenstam does, this is what Tiger does. So if you can maintain those postural angles right up to the point where you're going to post and release, you're going to find out you're going to be okay.